These days, everyone and everything is a ninja. Computer geeks are code ninjas. My wife makes her healthy smoothies in something called a ninja blender. But back in grade school, before talking turtles and motorcycles became ninjas, ninjas were just black-clad assassins who could kill you from 1,000 yards away with a blow dart. They were the ultimate badasses, clandestine warriors who lived only to kill in exotic ways. Ninjas filled their pockets with concealed blades, darts, throwing stars, and smoke bombs. Everything but guns. Like many early pubescent boys in the 80s, I was fascinated with ninjas. Maybe it was their ability to sneak around undetected, certainly an attractive quality for a repressed 12-year-old. Or maybe it was the American preoccupation with martial arts that began in the 60s with Bruce Lee's mystical philosopher-warrior. Like many commercial trends begun in the 60s with spiritual overtones, the 80s stripped the sensitive stuff out of martial arts. Where there was first Bruce Lee and the wizened Kwai Chang Caine of TV's Kung Fu, the 80s devolved into Chuck Norris and Steven Seagal. 80s Hollywood supplied a glut of low-budget ninja films with fetishized Asian killers, racial stereotypes, car chases, and ridiculous plots. The greatest of these was Revenge of the Ninja, the tale of a man who moves to America after his whole family is slaughtered by rival ninjas in Japan. The warrior swears off the life only to be reeled in again by a murderous ninja drug smuggler. In middle school, my best friend Rocco and I watched Revenge of the Ninja dozens of times on VHS. We tried to decipher ninja techniques, like, say, how to jump off a 2-story building barefoot and land without a scratch. We puzzled over which flammable liquid you should use to turn your hands into a flamethrower. And where would you carry the fuel tank? Your crotch? We longed to possess ninja weapons ourselves, which, thanks to the lax safety standards of the day, turned out to be pretty easy. I had an enlarged spleen, so my parents wouldn't let me near karate classes, but Rocco attended on the regular, and his karate school carried a slew of deadly weapons, which it was only too happy to sell to 5th-grade boys. And so we came into possession of ninja throwing stars for one of our endless Midwestern summers. No wooden surface was safe as we perfected our throwing technique. Like the hero in Revenge of the Ninja, we sought to learn how to pass a single blade of a throwing star through a human eye so as to penetrate the brain and kill the target instantly. Ever greedy for a bigger arsenal, Rocco and I manufactured our own weapons. Rocco fashioned a pair of nunchucks from spare wood and flimsy string. We swung the sticks in circles and figure eights, over the shoulder in crisscross patterns, just inches from crushing our own skulls. Next, we made throwing stars with cookie sheets, a metal cutter, and the electric grinder in my dad's tool shop. Our poor craftsmanship made the stars fly erratically, but that added to the fun. Since I couldn't officially study martial arts, Rocco taught me what he had learned. He taught me how to jab punch and how to correctly land a head kick, a skill that I think still might come in handy someday. We spent many days in my basement landing blows on the punching bag and, on occasion, each other. The karate gods blessed us with the flame of deadly wisdom, and it was up to us to feed the fire with dedication and practice. When I wasn't eating Doritos and swilling Coca-Cola, I would do push-ups on my knuckles with my feet elevated, an exercise I imagined every ninja did upon waking. Lately, I spent hours watching YouTube videos about ninjas and their arcane ways. I don't do it as often as I used to, but sometimes I still indulge my lifelong habit of practicing kicks in front of the mirror. With my fists balled and my forearms held high, I balance expertly on my right foot while my left snaps repeatedly at an imaginary target. I can shoot off 5 or 6 kicks without my foot ever touching the ground. My reflexes aren't quite what they used to be, but I'm convinced I could still take out a mugger with a switchblade if push comes to shove. I am proud of my manly skills. Like Dirk Diggler, I practice my maneuvers for the mirror and rehearse the dialogue I'll use to psych out the bad guys. These matters are life and death, after all. You have to be prepared. How about I take your head off, fuckstick? I ask. And, you better be all ready to kill me, dick cheese. I stare with a stone face, prepped for mortal combat. I have practiced for this moment, and my decades of training will not fail me. I am not a middle-aged man with crepitus in both knees. Once again, I am a shadow warrior, death incarnate. I am a ninja.